Alright, I think we're live already. Can you
Hmm.
just... Hold on, let me... I think we're live, boys.
We're live.
Yeah, we are live. We are fucking
W.
live, bro. Hold on, let me call... Let me call... Quasa. Let me ring him. Alright, there we go. Can you just go and check the audio on your phone? See if everything's good? Everything's good, sorry.
Gotcha, brother.
Bet. Oh, fuck. Alright. Oh my gosh.
Yep, we're live.
Alright, so you can hear everyone? Alright, bet. Peace. What's good, guys?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I hear anything though.
You can't hear anything?
Oh wait, no, we're good.
Alright, we're good. Fuck this.
What's up?
Good.
Oh, I got the live chat. I'm gonna pull out the live. I'm gonna pop out that live chat,
Bro, we're so.
and I'm gonna turn on my lights and my camera real quick.
Alright. So we're live, boys. What's good? Hello, everyone that just joined the stream. So we're gonna have our guest on today, Quasa Genesis. He's not here yet, but I'm here with my friend, King Sithis. So,
What's
um,
up, guys?
yeah. King Sithis is like also a YouTuber. You guys can check him out. I kind of like I already tagged him in the title, so just click his name, and you guys can basically just check him out on YouTube. But he has,
Awesome.
but yeah,
Yeah, I live stream every single every couple days, and I mostly just do reaction content to red pill content, things like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
King Sithis on YouTube. All right, just wait on Quasa. Like Quasa's like, bro's bro's. Yo, what's good, King Sithis? Yo.
It's
Anyways,
good.
that's what King Sithis looks like.
Yep.
He's a fucking Hispanic. I just kidding.
I'm
Wait, where are you actually?
right here.
What's your actual background though?
Oh, it's a green screen.
What's your actual background?
Oh, I'm Puerto Rican.
That's so cap.
Hmm.
Guys, don't you guys think this is cap? He does not look Puerto Rican at all.
Oh, I'm 100% Puerto Rican. 100%. My mom's Puerto Rican, dad's Puerto Rican,
Shit.
everybody's Puerto Rican. So,
All right,
uh,
fair enough. All right.
yeah, it's kind of my thing.
Anyways, hold on. Let me just make sure. Hold on. Sorry, got some technical difficulties trying to get Quasa online right now. But yeah, boy. Try to make this stream
Kind of my
short.
thing.
Obviously. Anyways, there's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. We're gonna talk about a lot of topics today, especially with Quasa. Once Quasa decides to join, which is holy crap, I need to ring him one more time. Sorry. All right, boys. We are just gonna wait for Quasa. Anyways, let's play a quick game. Um, King,
Yeah, what's up, brother?
what's the if okay? Say like there is a mother that has three kids, right?
Yeah,
And one kid is called left, and the other
yeah.
kid is called right. Actually, I mean, a mother has four kids, and one
Hmm.
kid is named left, another kid is named right, and the
Yeah.
third kid is named up. What's the last kid's name?
Middle.
Oh fuck! I forgot. I fucked up the joke. It's supposed to be your mother has four kids. Imagine your mother has four kids, and it's supposed
Okay.
to be like you're the last kid, and then most people get it like wrong because like bro. It's dude. Okay, fine. Give me make a joke. You make a joke. You make a joke.
All right. So, damn. All right. So, why don't you ever buy your woman a watch?
Cause she's.
Because she already has a clock on the stove.
Oh shit, bro.
Oh,
King said
yeah,
this.
bro.
King said this. We're
All right,
gonna.
everybody in here, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Oh,
gonna take
bro.
over real quick. So everybody that's in here needs to stop watching porn. All right.
Whoa. Okay. All
If
right.
you guys wanna go from a Brokie to a millionaire, you need to stop fucking with all these distractions, man. All of these distractions, like social media, porn, fucking TikTok, all this fucking shit. Just gotta toss that shit out.
For
Keep focused
real.
on your work. Stay focused on productivity. You know what I'm saying? Although I'm not rich, so I can't really tell you how to become a millionaire. But I want to become a millionaire, so.
Yeah. It just
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Totally agree. I mean, like one or two. If you need to do it like once a day, okay. I, but King said this is really strict on it. But I feel like if you do it like once a day, it's not that bad, you know.
I mean, if you check it out here and there, but I think the problem is it seems like everybody is like almost obsessed with it and attached to it to the point where like they can't go anywhere without their phones. You know what I mean? Because they feel like they need to constantly check their phones, and I feel like that tends to distract people from,
Oh, Quasa joined.
you know, their focus. You know.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Everyone pull out their phones right now. Check it and put it in the chat like what their screen time is. I'm pretty sure everyone. Okay, everyone that's watching right now, pull out their screen time and just type it in the chat. Well, I just want to see what the screen time is for everyone. Everyone. Anyways,
Just try to.
what's good,
I have a
Quasa?
pretty high screen time. Not gonna lie.
What's good, Quasa?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Is my sound okay?
Yeah, it's working.
What's
Got a
going
nice
on, bro?
new mic.
I'm good, bro. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Actually, I already know everyone. But anyways, so I guess we're just gonna start off with like introducing everyone again because Squash just joined and a lot of people don't know. This is kind of dope because we have like everyone's audience in here.
Mhm.
So King Sithis, he's a red pill YouTuber. You know, makes like a lot of pretty controversial takes, but you know, he's basically like the budget what do you call it? Budget who?
Budgets,
Bu-
budgets,
budget
what?
budget
Budgets,
Sneeko. Budget Sneeko.
budget
He's like
Sneeko.
budget Sneeko. Like he's like this is
People say that I'm great value Destiny. People say I'm that I'm budget Sneeko. That I'm this,
he's like
but
yeah.
yeah, I guess I the thing is I'm like kind of more like Sneeko because I'm very like kind of right wing, and I'm very libertarian and I have very out there opinions and I'm very energetic. But I guess I'm more like Destiny because I actually do like a lot of research and do a lot of reading and I don't kind of just, you know, just yell out and stuff like that. So
Definitely. You
and
guys
I'm
know
also good at debating.
yeah. He debates me a lot and I always win, so yeah.
Yeah, I
I always
know.
win those debates. I don't know about that, like where he says he's a good debater, but you know, I'm
We'll
actually the
see.
best debater here, so I can literally debate
More
you.
like a master debater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, you guys know me. I'm just like some random entrepreneur trying to make it out of the trenches. You know, I'm kind of broke still, but yeah. And Kwatsa, just introduce yourself a little bit. You know, again, sorry.
Yeah. So my name is Kwasa Genesis. If you can read the name on the shirt on the t-shirt, that's me. And I'm from Uganda, East Africa, 23. And I make red pill content mostly about state, trying to share the positivity, and also some content about my self improvement journey. So that's me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Kwasa also does, advertise the real world. So if you want to learn how to make money, check that out at kwasagenesis.com. So,
Awesome.
anyways, first question. This is gonna be a little. This is gonna be interesting today. We're gonna do a little conversation type thing. Okay. What do you guys think is the most important thing to do if you are faced with like the loss of a family member? Like, what do you do? Okay, that was kind of deep, but like, what would you do if you had, like, say your parent died or something? how would you deal with it? Would you like continue to live like the same life, or would you change your life? How do you approach that? Anyone?
Do you want to go first?
You want me to go first?
Yeah,
All
you
right,
go
yeah, I
first.
got you. So basically, obviously, I would probably plan for the funeral, and so that I could mourn, for the death. I would obviously feel bad for my parents dying, but I guess I would have to figure out how to live life without their guidance because I feel like I tend to go to my parents for a lot of guidance, because they're older than me and they've been through a lot more than me. So, um, yeah, I would have to basically learn to live without their guidance.
Yeah, definitely great idea. If someone were to die in my family, which I've already dealt with because I've had people in my family pass away. I think the major thing to keep in mind is that they most likely want you to succeed in life. So obviously, is going to be stress from the passing. But at the end of the day, if you look at the broad scheme of things, like you got to keep moving forward. Like you can't just be like depressed all the time. And even these things do happen, you have to figure out a way to combat them with your mental fortitude and push through tough times. So that's what I gotta say about these things. Like, there's nothing you can't really just say go back because it already happened, and nothing's gonna stop it from happening. So
All right.
yeah, my thing, my
Yes.
yeah,
So
yeah. Go ahead.
so my take on that would be that I haven't lost like my parents, but I've lost my grandparents and even my sister RIP. But I want my take about like losing your loved ones is most times people it tends to be hard on people, and most of them get like depressed, stressed, anxiety, and they tend to lose it all. But now, every time I'm always think about whenever I see other people dying, I'm like, yeah, a day is going to come, and I'll get that phone call. Maybe my dad is gone, or my mom is gone, or my brother, and I'm always like, that's how life is, man. At some point, we all lose some people. Even us, at some point, we are all going to die. But then, what matters is that you have to keep going, because it's like being on a train and it is going on the same road. So you can either decide to let the death distract you or be a loser and all that stuff, smoke away, take alcohol, use drugs to try and deal with the pain, or you can decide to be a sad winner. That's what something the top G said was like, you can decide to be a sad winner or a sad loser. So even though your mom is gone, like, what would your mom want you to be like? What would your dad want you to be like? Because guess what? At some point, your dad is going to go away, and it would be more painful for your parent to lose you than you losing your parent. He has already taught you stuff. You have already learned some things from your parents. So when they die and you're already like 18 and maybe and above, I think the only thing you can do is keep on with life and be the best version of yourself and achieve your dreams like your parents would have wanted. I don't believe that there is a parent out there who wants their son to be a loser, man, or to stay in bed depressed, stressed, and all that stuff after their death.
Definitely, yeah. 100% agree. You gotta move on. There's nothing going back. There's no way of going back. You can't just revive someone now, like thin air. You have to, stick to your roots, But
Gotta do
anyways,
what you gotta do,
you
man. Gotta
gotta
move
do.
on.
But yeah, that's really interesting. If you don't know, like I feel like a lot of the stuff in today's world, it's like you have to like focus on just like moving past it, because like you can't control. Obviously there are people the, that live in like third world countries that they can't control where they are from, because that's like their heritage. Like you grow up in like a poor place, and it's just like you don't have the resources to do it, but somehow you still find people that somehow make it out of these places. And those people are the ones I'm like truly inspired by, because they actually made out the trenches, I guess, you know, just to a point where they can say, oh yeah, look, I can now pay off my parents' house. Like how, like, would you ever be like that? I feel like that's the most proud thing like someone can be of, like just paying off your parents, you know. Like, what do you guys think? Like, obviously, like paying off your literal parents like debt and all that stuff, just being like the person that just help your parents like retire. It's just, I feel like something like the most proud of thing I can be if I ever had, you know, and I was ever in that situation. So yeah.
No, I agree. I feel like in the end of the day, you kind of have to be try to be as successful as you can. Try to get trying to gain as much income as you can. Try to get yourself to a point where you can be successful enough so that I feel like what you said is like being able to buy your like pay off your own parents' houses and things like that. Maybe get your parents out of a or yourself out of a bad living condition. That would be really good. That's probably like the best. Like you said, it's probably the best thing that you could strive for and hope for. But I feel like the only way that you could really get there is through hard work and just focusing on yourself and focusing on what's probably going to get you the highest income. And while you're young, I feel like there's a lot of people that are so quick to just like spend their young years just chilling and hanging out and going out and drinking and smoking and doing all this shit. But I feel like all that shit is a distraction. We need to save for like a retirement, and we need to keep it, and we need to get something that'll like actually save you, so that when you get to a certain point, you don't have to work for the rest of your life. You could just kind of just chill and live off of your earnings.
Yeah, exactly. Like, obviously, you know, the traditional lifestyle, it's like the society purports it so much, where it's like, you know, you gotta go to college, you gotta do this, do that, get a job, you know, get that, you know, six-figure job you always wanted, whatever type shit. Well, at least that's what the West purports, where it's like you have to follow the schedule. Everyone's gotta do this, and then you see all these things like, no, just no. You can't get rich from or successful from being just an average dude. So you have to figure out a way where you can adapt yourself and provide like I guess meaningful uh support for someone, and then you can actually find real success. So you can't just get success from going to college and doing the normal stuff everyone does. It's like, say you're in a competition, right? And everyone's trying to get to fucking Mount Everest or some shit, and all the training you do is is to walk up a mountain, like a small mountain, like or a small hill. I mean, like you're not doing that much. You're just walking up a hill. Like everyone's training their hardest. You have to be better than every single person in your room to actually, you know, get the most out of it. Like you can't just be average and get rich, you know, or successful. So, what do you think about that, Kwasa?
Yeah, exactly. You talked about like in December last year, I paid off my parents' mortgage, and
Oh, shit.
yeah, bro. Growing up, looking at your parents struggling with the mortgage, they're always paying the debt, and the debts never end here, bro. In Africa, your parents, mostly when you're born poor with a background like mine, your parents have to depend on the mortgage, so they keep getting out the money, they pay off the mortgage, they get another one, so it becomes a cycle whereby it affects how your parents develop and even how the kids develop. So after I made some money, I was like, okay, now I have the money. So should I keep saving it in the bank when I know that like try to flex around because I'm living in the city, buy some expensive stuff, or while I know that back at home, my parents, my siblings, they are struggling, and I'm the big bro. So after I made some money, I was like, now what should I do next? I had it saved in my account. Even though I would be walking around school, I would be happy at my heart knowing that, oh, I have a few million saved in my account. And I was also trying to help my friends around. Whenever they say, oh, I don't have money, I'll be like, oh, get some money. But then at some point I realized that because I grew up hating my home, I was like, why am I helping other people when my parents at home or my siblings are also suffering? And I was like, instead of trying to help my friends first, I should try and invest back into my parents, uh, like buy for them foodstuffs whenever they're struggling, my siblings. Even though I had no one to provide things I needed for me, I was like, now I'm able to earn some money, so I have to change that. So I tried investing back. I gave like my young brother a small business, invested some of the money back into my family's business. Then in December, that's when I finally paid off our mortgage, and now our home is free. And bro, there is so much happiness. Not like you go out smiling, telling everyone like, "Hey, I paid off the mortgage," but you have the contentment deep inside, knowing that I saved our home, I saved our family. My parents are proud of me. It's the same thing. You feel so much happiness whenever your mom calls you or your dad calls you. Hey, I need something, and you just send them the money, bro. Even though they don't tell you like, "Hey, we love you," or "I'm happy, we're happy for you." I think it's like Jesus, bro. So you know, like, oh, I have my son whom who can save me if I got into a problem. And growing up, I never had an older brother like me or a relative like me who could do that for you. And now at my level, I'm doing it for my parents, bro. So there is so much happiness into that.
Exactly, bro. I totally
So
agree.
well, how do you make your money? Do you make it through YouTube?
Yeah, I make it through affiliate marketing. I'm also because I'm a law student. I'm actually in my final year. I also make it as a legal assistant. I'm a video editor, so I do a lot of side hustles to try and compound the money. That's how I make my money.
Yeah.
Not bad, bro. Not
Yeah.
bad.
Also, he lives in like you said you live in Uganda, right?
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah,
Uganda.
yeah. So obviously, I'm not saying it's much easier to like support yourself in Uganda, but I'm just saying like still it's pretty like amazing that you were able to pour up like pay the mortgage. Like I would
Yeah,
never,
not bad.
especially like mortgage in the U.S. is usually like a bunch. It's, like when
Yeah.
you actually buy a house.
Costs upward of like $50 to
Yeah,
$100,000, sometimes even more than that, depending on
exactly. It's like
where you're living and you know.
so unpayable, bro. So much debt. It's crazy, bro. But
Yeah.
bro, dude, that's amazing how you actually did that, like for your parents. Like I would never have, like even if I had the money, I don't know if I would have done it though. For my parents, because yeah, you're like that generous. Like,
That's
sheesh,
pretty cool.
that's pretty dope. All right, what else we got on the market? So I have like a lot of friends that say like, you know, I'll switch the topic a bit. So, as you can see here, King Sithis likes to do this thing called vaping. See, it's called vaping. So it's called vaping, but King Sithis doesn't do a lot. He vapes. What do you vape again? I forget.
No, it's just a normal vape. I just vape once in a
I
while.
mean like nicotine or like
Uh, nah, nicotine, of course.
nicotine. All right.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. All right. So just Quas, just go ahead and what did Tate say about vaping, bro?
uh,
No, I'm
Growing
just
up, we grew around in in my village. People used to have weed, like the weed in the plantations,
Mhm.
so it would just grow around like normal other plants. Of course, I tried smoke. I used to smoke when I was young. Because it was, you see other people doing it, the neighbors doing it, the kids doing it. So like, oh, I have to try it.
Mhm.
But when you grow up, you realize, because people who smoke, our society still has like a negative attitude about them. They're like, oh, bro, like you can't go around the village smoking. Because I grew up from the village, so there are some things you don't do in public, like and smoking is one of them. So if I would smoke hiding, and I never got enough courage to like go around in public smoking, because smoking is looked at as something that people who never like
Frown
went to
upon.
school do. Yeah, like like criminals and stuff like that. Yeah, and they
Yeah.
are like your dad having you smoking would be like a crime, bro. So and now when you go to, to vaping is like a European thing. It's the rich kids who do it. Even mostly the rich kids in the city, man. So I would guarantee you, I have only seen one guy vape in my entire life, like face to face, physically.
Oh, so
So
like
it's
only rich people really do the vaping thing on it, where you're living at, yeah.
yeah.
I
So it's
see.
not like our tradition, yeah.
No,
Jeez.
I would have to agree. I feel like when it comes to marijuana, a lot of people they be like, "Oh, it has no negative effects, so you can smoke all the time, blah 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 blah." But it may not have any like crazy negative effects like physically, like cigarettes. But its the effects are right here. When you're sitting around smoking marijuana, it makes you less productive. It makes you a little bit more tired. And that can affect like your productivity and things like that. Not only that, but the thing is, when you're feeling like marijuana is basically a time, like it's what you use to pass the time when you're bored. And when you basically rely on marijuana just to have fun and do normal things, you without the marijuana, you don't really enjoy it as much as you do with the marijuana. So you basically create a situation where you're smoking all the time, and you're not really like gaining anything out of it. So that's what I see like with a lot of people where they just smoke weed all day, like every single day, and they think like without it, like the world is so boring and they can't live without it.
That's actually my
And
point. Yeah.
yeah,
That's a perfect
and
example. Yeah. Perfect
yeah, it's
example.
exactly, and it's kind of harmful because not only like it makes you lazy, it makes you tired, it makes you not do normal things, but being bored, right? Allowing yourself to be bored is like the best thing that you could do because that's when the most creative things come to your mind. You don't like get the best ideas while you're on a roller coaster having the greatest time of your life. You're kind of just chilling. When you're bored and you're sitting down and you're focused, that's when the best ideas come. When you're smoking
Yeah.
and sitting around all day, you're having fun and enjoying your life all day and not really like giving a fuck. And you're not allowing yourself to become bored. And that's kind of what I think these people want. They want us to basically sit around and not be bored and not be creative and just consume product and work this 9 to 5 job until we fucking fall over and die, and then the next person basically takes over our spot. So yeah, I think that smoking weed once in a while, if you enjoy it, do it always in moderation. Like if you want to smoke once in here, like an alcoholic beverage, that's one thing. But those people that smoke every single day and act like, oh, there's no negative effects, that's bullshit. It's not good. And drinking too. Drinking. I know there's some people that like to go out every weekend and drink, and that shit fucks with your head mentally and physically too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Isn't it like if you drink like every once a week, you like your lifespan like decreases or something?
Hmm.
Like every
Hmm.
week, you have a
Not only
chance.
that, but drunk driving is really
Yeah.
not good
So
neither.
you can lose like
Yeah.
years off your life just from drinking. And
Hmm.
also you age faster. Not to say not just not considering that you like lose your life. It's like crazy. But yeah. But
Also, vaping, normal like e-liquid, you don't really know what they're putting in there. So, and also anything that you put into your lungs that isn't oxygen is obviously going to have some sort of effect on your body. So, you kind of just have to do your research and be careful. Take it with moderate, or
yeah.
just don't touch it. Honestly,
Yeah,
I
bro.
tell people don't smoke weed at all. Like, don't even try it. That's what I tell people. Don't even try drugs. Don't try weed. Don't even try nothing.
Yeah,
Don't try to do
don't
it.
try like any kind of recreational drugs. That's my opinion.
Or porn. Don't watch porn either. That
Okay,
shit's an
that's a different
L.
question. Okay, that's the next one. Okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is that recreational drugs, like, they make you like not 100% because like it's supposed to be for escapism. So you're trying to escape your mind and you don't want to accept reality. So those people are the
Yeah.
ones that don't have. If I meet a guy and he's smoking, like I know he doesn't have the wits to do actual stuff because that means his life is already pretty much is not that good. Let's be honest. Like
Yeah.
there's a reason why he wants to escape, right? And
Hmm.
what he's using is drugs to escape. And if you're like
Yeah.
only way is to keep smoking, that means you have no other way to escape. and
Yeah.
that's kind of sad because like, come on, bro, like, really, you had to rely on like a little like leaf to like escape from the world. Like, can't like escape with your own actions. Like, you had to escape with leaf. It's just crazy. But yeah, I honestly don't. That's why I feel like the people I've talked to that are recreational users, they. I'm not trying to roast them on stream right now, but like, I'm about to draw the biggest bombshell ever. Fuck them up. I'm just kidding. But anyways, like, they don't have the same. They don't have a clear mindset. They don't. They don't. If you were to put them in a business like setting, they wouldn't be able to do a lot of the stuff because they're just not competent enough if they're
Hmm.
always smoking.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, exactly, bro. I think you made a good point when you said that anything that you put into your body and it is not like oxygen, it's
It's gonna
it
have an
was real.
effect.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to have an effect. Yeah, man. I used to drink alcohol. I used to smoke because when you're young, you want to try out things and see, okay, how are they? Why do my parents don't want me to smoke? Why do my parents don't want me to drink alcohol? So you have to drink it, and like, okay, now that's not for me. The last time I was in the hospital, that was like maybe 10 years ago. I was in the hospital because of alcohol. I took a lot of it, and they had to
Alcohol
take me to
poisoning.
yeah, yeah.
oh,
Yeah. Oh
And
man.
yeah, so they had to take me like to the hospital. But I used to drink it, like you said, to escape my sadness, to deal with my stress, my self hatred. I would drink every day when I'm from school. Drink something. So when I reach home, my parents tell me like, "Hey, do this, do that." Not like I'm just doing it, but I'm high already on alcohol.
oh,
And every time I meet someone smoking or drinking alcohol, my respect kind of goes down. Even though I don't know you, I don't know why you're drinking. Because
oh
even
shit.
even if you're sad, yeah, even if you're sad, bro, even if you're going through some hard things, right now I believe there are better things, or better ways or positive ways on how you can deal with all the other things.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like
Whether
if
it's
you have, yeah, yeah, like you said,
yeah,
like if you're gonna have a bad habit, like if you want to escape, use a good habit to escape, like working out, or taking a run, or spending time with your family, or going out and watching a movie or something like that. Something that's actually good to escape, as opposed to like putting chemicals in your body to make yourself feel better in the moment. Where eventually the thing is people build tolerances to this stuff, and eventually like you're gonna need to take more and more and more to get the same effect as you did before, and eventually it gets to the point where you're just consuming and consuming and spending all this money, but you're not really getting anything out of it, and it gets to that point a lot for a lot of people, and they don't,
yeah,
yeah, because they have like an
exactly.
addictive mentality, they can't get themselves off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes addictive. I used to watch porn, and my excuse used to be like, I don't want to date. Girls are bad. You spend a lot of time. So I used to watch porn to escape that too, and I used to use it as an excuse. But in the long run, it was ruining my mind. It's the same thing with alcohol and smoking. You keep
Yeah,
using it as an escape, then in the long run you become addictive and you can't stop it. And of course, there are people who have money to buy those things, and now there are people like here in Africa who don't have money to buy whatever they are addicted on. So they resort to bad habits like stealing, uh, trying to get things from people. Sometimes they even cause death because someone just wants maybe to grab your phone to go and sell it, maybe to grab your PC to go and sell it, get the money to buy the weed or alcohol.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that's obviously
absolutely.
drugs to make people into monsters. Let's be honest. Like heroin addicts, I remember. I think I was on the bus once, taking a bus. So I live in the U.S. and the bus stations are not always the cleanest places around. And basically, I went into this bus station, and what I saw was this meth head literally asking people for money. Like it's like the poorest part of U.S. society, but you witness it and you're like, holy crap, what happened to this person? how do he become this fucked up, bro? Like how
Hey,
you could smell his whole body. His whole body smelled like every type of drug you could think
mm,
of, like heroin, meth, all that stuff. I don't even know what he was on. But when he walked up to me and he was like, "Where am I?" And I'm just like, "Bro, come on. You're in the bus station. You're fucking homeless." And then he took a bus to Philly, and it was like, dude, bro. It's just kind of sad that there's people in this society that are just walking around like they don't know shit, you know? They just fucking they're wandering
like
around like
living zombies,
zombies.
basically.
Yeah,
Like,
living zombies.
yeah, yeah. Like you should see
exactly.
LA, bro. LA, there's literally encampments of people on sidewalks of people just literally, and all of them do drugs, and they're living zombies because they just
Exactly.
consume drugs all the time. And you know, it's the thing is, it comes down from one habit to another. You know, you go from, oh, I like going partying. Oh, now I'm gonna go to drink. Oh, now I'm gonna smoke. Oh, now I'm gonna go do some hard drugs. Now I'm gonna do this. You know, uh, it sort of kind of is like it kind of sets people down the wrong path. That's like, but the thing is, like when we are children and our parents sort of tell us, hey, like these things are wrong, these things are bad, like you need to stay away from these things. We tend to be like, yeah, but like why are these things bad? We don't really have the understanding as a child to really realize like the real negative ramifications. But as an adults, as they've seen it with their own eyes, they have the knowledge. But as kids, we don't realize. So we go out and we go and want to try it for ourselves, thinking that it's actually like gonna help us, not help us, but thinking like it's. And then when we try it, we think like, oh my god, it's not so bad. And then we continue to go down this then we continue to try more and more harder drugs and try to like more crazier and reckless things because. And then I feel like once you now that I'm like an old now that like people get older, now that's when they start to realize like holy shit, all the negative consequences. But by then they're already pretty much fucked, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think like that's like yeah, that's like kind of where experimentation kind of gets us fucked. Like it seems like a lot of people like they just want to experiment with shit,
Just want to do shit.
thinking like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
let me just try it, let me just see what it's like, and then they try it, and then they get down that slippery slope, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you guys, since you're from the USA, you are saying that you see older people getting addicted to it. But here in Uganda, I would use Uganda as a case study. It's mostly the youth, bro. People like me, who are in my years, who are getting addicted on those stuff because it, bro. Here alcohol is cheap, like $1, $2. That's alcohol,
Shit,
and
you're not
we
going
don't
dumb.
have.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we don't have stuff like cocaine or heroin because I don't think they reach here. Even if they reach here, then they are for the rich guys who have enough money to buy it. So most people are just addicted on weed because, like I told you, weed grows everywhere in the villages. You can just be walking and that's a tree of weed. So it gets easier to go just get it and smoke. And then alcohol, people, most of people like me are living a fantasy life, bro. Every weekend they go to the club. And of course, when you go to the club, you go out. They don't go out to eat or drink water, man. They are taking alcohol. Then it becomes a habit every Friday they have to go, they have to go, they have to go. And whether they are stressed, depressed, they find like going out every weekend is the way they can escape it. And in the long run, it becomes a cycle. It becomes a cycle. They get other issues from that side, maybe pregnancy, maybe sexual transmitted diseases, and then they reach a point where they see themselves as running down a rabbit hole, and they cannot come back to it at some point. I've never been to a nightclub ever since I came to the city, even though I grew up in the village. And I've never been there and I'm like, I need to go to a nightclub. It has never even crossed my mind, man. Like, go there, do what? Eat or drink alcohol, and then what will be like the next thing tomorrow. So a lot of teens like me around my country, they are the ones who are getting more wasted better than the older people who would be like maybe getting wasted.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Fuck going to the club, bro. Honestly, like I think going to the club is fun once in a while, like, if you're
Yeah.
just gonna hang out. But I think that, like, don't go there trying to get a wife. You know what I mean? Don't go there trying to, find yourself a woman to spend the rest of your life with. I'll tell
Sounds
you that
lame,
much.
bro. Okay. Yeah. All
About
right.
teen hunting.
Anyways, moving on from I guess drug topics. Let's talk about like the current like modern social system. Like, how there's so much stuff going on. Like, especially with, like, U.S. passing all these laws against. No, I mean, what was it called? Africa passing all these laws against, like homosexuals. Like, you guys can't, like, certain people can't. They're very
Are you
strict.
talking about them saying in
Yeah,
in like an African country they were making it illegal to be gay, and
yeah,
they're gonna execute
really.
them if they find out
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
gay?
yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
actually true?
that was my country, bro.
That's Uganda?
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
bro.
I mean, I
Really?
don't know. I don't think I would take it that far, but I mean, I can understand.
Well, so
But
what's
it
the
is what it
reason
is.
behind that?
Yeah,
Behind
why would
that?
they do that?
Yeah, so bro, in my country, first of all, they don't teach us about like sex education. We don't have that.
Hmm.
So talking about sex is like a taboo. A taboo means something that should cannot be done. And my parents have never taught me about sex, bro. I've never had them talk to my sister about it or my brothers about it. We just learn these things on our own. So that's how the African culture has been. We don't talk. There are some topics you don't talk about, whether with your parents or in the society, but maybe you can talk about them with your boys.
Yeah.
And now, yeah, and now people are coming out and they're like, hey, so bro, me talking to my dad, I'm like, I love this boy, my fellow boy. I think some parents would kill you, man. Just kill you or cut off your head. Or they would think you're crazy, you're mad. Maybe you're being attacked by some spirits. So they wouldn't just believe it. And so maybe a few years ago, some circumstances started coming up where some people were starting to be like, "Oh, I love the other boy. I love a girl loving a girl," but they were still using it as an excuse to get like free visas to go to the UK, Canada, USA, because they would be like, "Oh, I'm gay." And in Uganda, the gay people are not allowed, even in our constitution. It's against the laws. Marriage between the same sex people or sex between the same people is prohibited. So they started using it as a trick to get free visas. Oh, I'm gay and my family is hunting for me. They want to kill me. So can I get a free visa? So they were getting free visas. But now it has many people started claiming to be gay just to get out of the country because of the poor conditions that are here. So these people started forming their organizations to get funding, free funding from the European organizations. And it has become worse where they're trying to push it on the young generation.
That's where I
So,
really hate it. Yeah.
yeah,
Especially when they're
bro,
pushing shit with the young generation.
many people were claiming to be gay just to get the money because Europeans would come around and be like, hey, if you make a video, you like making out with a fellow boy, we'll pay you like $1,000. And $1,000 is like 3.7 million right now. So imagine people who are homeless, people who have no jobs. Of course, they would jump on that opportunity. So that's why the government has come out and has like, we are putting on a law that prohibits being gay, identifying as transgender or what, or like those stuff. But we grew up never thinking about those things. But now many people are claiming, oh, I'm gay. Oh, I like the other girl. And up to now, I've never understood how you can wake up one day and you love another boy, and it's still a shame. But of course, one thing I can always say is that it's your body, it's your life. You can do whatever you want with it. But why the government is trying to put on the law is to stop the people from pushing it to the young kids who cannot even decide on their own who they want to be.
Exactly, bro. It's all
That's very
nonsense.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I think that, like, in the end of the day, I'm very, like, anti-government, so I'm very, like, anti-government. Tell me what to do. So even though I'm kind of like I don't. It's not that I'm anti-gay. I kind of just don't really fuck with the gay agenda. You know what I mean? I think that like if you want to be gay, go ahead. You know, and having a law that restricts like people being gay, I think that's a little bit. Um, I think it's a little bit too far on my books, but I can understand, why they did that. You know what I mean? Because in their culture, like being gay is like it's like not even like a normal thing at all. So,
Yeah.
um, also, you guys, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are like very, aren't you guys like very religious?
Yeah, exactly. So, even from the African perspective, even without religion, bro, like I told you, talking about sex itself is prohibited. So,
Hmm.
claiming that you love another man or another boy, it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
bro, it's a taboo. Yeah,
yeah,
your father would say you're not his son just because you're claiming that.
Yeah.
People
Exactly.
yeah.
would stone you to death, or your father would give you up, and they're like, "This is not my son," just because you're claiming like, "I love my other fellow boy." And the craziest thing is that we have had some scenarios where a man who has already given birth to kids goes to Canada and gets married to a white man, but he has kids here in Africa. So most Africans, they just do it because of money, bro. I can tell you, it's just because of money.
Hmm.
Most of them already have kids, but they want free visas. They want a better life, so they go abroad using it as a trick. Oh, I'm
I
gay,
see.
but he has like 5 kids in the village, bro.
Yeah, so
Oh.
they're just like, oh, they're kind of just like using it as a loophole
I guess
to
it's
Yeah,
get
yeah.
somewhere that they wanted to, and that's why they're like, you know what, don't fuck with that shit. It seems like most of us aren't gay anyways.
yeah. It's
I
crazy,
see.
bro.
Well, the thing is, like, I think the problem in America, we kind of having like a bit of an issue in America, like where Um, they're trying really, really hard to push it in schools right now. And in Florida, there was a senator that made it so that he just made it illegal to teach kids under the grade three, which is like, if I'm saying like, I'm pretty sure grade three is like,
Grade
how
three.
old? That's
You're
like
How
like
many
you're
years?
pretty
10 years
young. Yeah. 10
old,
years.
7 years old. I'm not sure, probably younger than that. Young kids, they said age three, grade three, you can't teach kids how to, about gay stuff. And they passed a bill, and everybody was basically going crazy about it, saying, oh my God, this is evil. How could they do that? We want to teach, basically, they want to, but the reason why he did it was to prove that people on the left want to basically uh, push their gay agenda onto children in school,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's kind of what it is. And in America, we have sex education in every single, like, in pretty much like every state. So as soon as we hit like, if I'm not mistaken, like 50, sometimes in middle school and in high school, they'll teach you about condoms, sex, STDs, and all that shit. Like, right out the bat. Like,
Yeah.
and there's nothing your parent can do about it. Like, your parent can't even take you out of the class. It's like illegal. Yeah,
Yeah,
like you have to learn about sex. You must. That's basically our government says.
I mean, to some extent, I feel like you should like learn about like add some like, ideas of that, but I feel like exposing young kids to it, like when
I
they're
think there
still
should be like an
young.
age limit. Like
Exactly.
you gotta
That's what I'm
wait
saying.
until they're teenagers, or you know what I mean? Because teenagers, they have sex. You know what I mean? So it's just like, okay, you should probably tell them to wear a condom and
Yeah.
wear protection and things like that. But
Exactly.
it's the kids. They told them, they said like they wanted to stop them from indoctrinating children, and that was too
Yeah.
they had a complete issue with that.
Yeah. My whole idea is just protect the youth. Honestly, that is my whole idea. Where it's like, you can do whatever you want after you're 18. You can
Hmm.
go become a giraffe. You can cut off your balls, become like fucking the opposite sex, or you can also tattoo your whole body. I don't care, as long as you're
Hmm.
not presenting yourself and brainwashing kids into being like, yeah, this is what I want to be when I grow up. Like,
Yeah.
no, just like, okay, if you want, also those people that do that shit are usually already brainwashed by the fucking
Yeah.
media. So that's why they're just kind of trying to like continuously brainwash more people into thinking it's normal. So and then it's crazy the stuff that they do, but I guess we should move on. You can't always talk about this much. It's on YouTube, bro. You know, this
We'll
stuff
get banned.
we might get banned. We might get banned for it, bro. But anyways, let's talk about some motivational shit. Okay, let's talk about some motivational shit. Kwasa made from the hood. Like Kwasa was fucking. Just tell us your story, I guess, from uh zero to hero. I don't know. Just in like a quick summary.
Yeah, so man, it's even crazy that I'm like zero to hero, but growing up, first of all, I grew up from the village, bro. I mean, like a village where there is no electricity, there is no power, man. There is no TV, and my parents were not educated. So, bro, being born in Africa, your parents are not educated, no rich relatives, and there's no uncle you can call or rely on or your aunt. And I was the big bro. I was the first guy to be born. So the only thing my mom was doing was going to the farm, which is like waking up every day, and you go to the field to dig. Maybe you have ever watched those things in the documentaries. You wake up every day, like at 9 or 8, you go to the farm, you dig, you plant crops, and you keep doing that for until you attain the age of going to school. But even if you go to school during the holidays, you still have to dig. So that was the kind of lifestyle I grew into.
Dang.
Every day you go to dig. There's no money. You cannot get what you want. No smartphone, no internet. That's the kind of life I grow into. And that's how it is for most people. Because education is kind of like free. You go, when you're still young, you can still get like a free education. And the metrics that is here that the top general talks about, it's not like working a 9 to 5 job. Because even getting the capacity to work a 9 to 5 job here in Africa, it is still hard, bro. You need connections. You need people in the government. And my parents never had that. I had no relative with anything like that. So I was always thinking, bro, I'm going to just keep going to dig, go to school, maybe make some girl pregnant, because that's how it normally happens. You make some girl pregnant, then you have to start a family. Of course, you're poor. You also have to dig for others to get something, or you become an alcoholic. So that was the cycle. And it made me hate my life, hate my parents, and hate my family. I was like, why was I born into this family, poor family? Why didn't my parents go to school? Why? Because do you know why? Because even their parents never went to school, and their grandparents, great grandparents, never went to school. And so me going to school, why I normally talk about like education is not a scam to me. Being educated in Africa gives you an advantage, like a stepping stone. Even though you're not, you're from a poor family, but if you work hard, you're serious in school, you get some good grades, then it gives you an advantage. And I put all my hope in school. I would go to school, make sure I work hard because I was always the underdog. Of course, I'm from a poor family, so I'm competing with the rich kids. And I was able to complete my primary school, which is like kindergarten, went to middle school, high school. And once I finished like high school, I was like, now my life is done, man. My parents cannot afford university. And that's when I found one of my friends who was like, oh, bro, don't worry. I'm going to pay for your law school. And now I'm in law school. But still, I was still a Brokie, bro. I was still uh, depressed. I was still stressed because even though you're in school, I wasn't putting all my hope in school. I was like, what is my life going to be after school? I will still be the same person. Maybe probably go back to the village, stay home as a loser. Until to cut the story short, I was like, I even tried taking my life a couple of times. That shows how much I had lost. I had lost like faith in. I had lost hope in ever making it. But watching the top G, I give him credit because he's someone who like inspired me or sparked that fire in me. Where I was like, I have to try and do something. I started YouTube during the lockdown, and last year around like May, when I started doing the top G shorts and other motivation content, I was like, oh, and my YouTube started going viral. I was like, I don't have to just be some kid who uploads motivational videos and I'm not putting in the work. So I also started putting in the work. Most people started noticing me because I was really going hard on YouTube. Like I was posting 20 shots per day, 20 shots, 15 shots per day, regardless of whatever I was doing. And I different companies started reaching out to me. That's when I started affiliate marketing. And when I made money from affiliate marketing, it blew my mind, bro. $100 in my country is like 370,000 K.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
so that's a lot of money for me to be earning it, and I'm still in law school. So I was like, dude, I can be bigger than this. So I kept on pushing hard on YouTube. Many companies kept coming. I went from making hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars. Also, I talked about working with. I work with a law firm which is from New York, and another one is from Florida. So there are two lawyers I work with. I was also making some money online. So making money has been my motivation because I was like, okay, now I'm making money, which I never thought I would make. Started changing my life. Even being able to buy what I need, bro. I remember days when I would not even have what to eat. And that would even make me more depressed because you're like, bro, how can I not want to even drink like a soda and I cannot afford it? So being able to make money off here has kind of changed my life to where I am right now, where I'm trying to share the positivity because I know there are a lot of people like me who are there depressed, stressed, maybe even suicidal. You're thinking this is the end. But if you persist enough and keep the hope and the faith alive, and you also put in the work, then your life, man, your life can change. Your life can change.
Totally, 100% agree. But like your position is kind of where I am right now. Like I'm like every day I wake up and I'm like, what am I going to do with this degree I get if I ever get it? And the reason why I'm talking to King Sithis is that I'm actually trying to figure out to move to like Florida and just figure it out, like start grinding there and just do full time YouTube. But basically, yeah, that's a lot of people feel worthless. But if you are always feeling worthless and you don't have a solution, what's the point of feeling worthless, right? Like, there's no point, right? There's nothing that's going to happen if you keep thinking that you're in a bad situation. Because if you always look down upon yourself, nothing's going to happen unless you take action. And that's what I really advocate for. Like, if you don't take action, your life won't ever um, get better. And that's something I think is the most important thing that young kids need to learn, that the world is not a pretty place. The world isn't just everyone gets equal. Like when you're born into the world, you're put into school. Well, at least in America, you're put into school, and you're put into this system where they tell you everything's going to be good. You get your homework, you finish your homework, you do all this stuff, do all that. And I feel like school has at least in America, it isn't that much of a help, especially with like the continuation of just plugging in like systematic things into your brain, you know. And even now, they're putting even more agendas into the schools where it's like you had to learn some like dumb shit about sex or something, and I feel like it's all programming. And at the end of the day, if you truly want to do something good for yourself, you gotta think that you gotta know that the world does not care about you. The world is a very cold place. No one actually cares about you at all, and it's a harsh reality to come by. But you have to accept that and be like, okay, so now that I know that, what can I do to make my life better? What can I start? Maybe I can start a business. Maybe I can read a book. Maybe I can figure out how this stock market works. Maybe that's a lot of stuff you could do. And people would say they don't have anywhere to go, and usually when I talk to them, they have no plan. This is what it takes about. Like, you have to have a plan. You can't just be like, oh, one day, like the person at the gym, how did he become fucking ripped? Whenever I walk into the gym, I'm always asking this question: how is that person jacked? How is that other person? Why is that other person skinny? Like, these are questions you gotta be asking yourself. And like, you can't always be sitting here and just be like, "Oh, my life is shit. My life is shit." But then you see someone that's jacked with Lamborghini, all this shit. Like, dude, there's something he did that you didn't do, and you gotta accept it. You gotta accept that you did not fucking do what he did. And another thing I said is that, like, when you see like a ripped millionaire, like a ripped strong millionaire walking the street, you're not thinking, "Oh, he went to school. Oh, he did this normal shit and somehow became a millionaire. Oops, I became a millionaire. Oops, I fucking became jacked or whatever." Like, they put in that work because they knew that the work they did would eventually end up in that result. And that's what I think is the most important thing to realize. But yeah, summarizing it overall, I think you just gotta be mindful of the world that you live in, and that no one really cares about you. Two most important things: no one cares about you, and you gotta be mindful, and everything you do has to eventually result in what you want. Because if everything you're doing, like, if you're adding up the hours and you're like, "Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm wasting time here, I'm wasting time here," if it doesn't add up correctly, you won't get what you want. So that's something very important to know. But anyway, what's your thought on that, King?
Um, yeah, I would have to say that just stay focused on your goal. Try to make a plan. I don't really know how to become a millionaire because I'm not a millionaire, so I'm trying to become a millionaire by making a YouTube channel, and hopefully I become a millionaire. I believe that I'm gonna become a millionaire because I'm awesome and I have a good plan ahead of me, and
Nice.
yeah, I got a lot of things cooking up, and hopefully I'm gonna get some good collaboration soon, and maybe get
Quasar
my name
too.
out there.
Quasar has a big channel. Quasar could
Quaza.
hit you up with fucking Tate or something. Quasar
Oh,
could
bro,
definitely.
if I can meet up with Tate, man, yo, listen, I wanna. There's a couple people that I do want to meet. I would definitely want to collab with Sneeko. Definitely, definitely would love to collab with Tate. Definitely, and Destiny. I like Destiny. I would collab with Destiny,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, I would definitely. Those are the only guys I can think of right now that I would definitely want to collab with. But anyone, pretty much, I would definitely would like to
Yeah.
talk about shit with.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, bro. So you see how life is I wouldn't say like so easy, but in America you wake up one day you're like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber full time, and you can make money out of it. But bro, here in Uganda, you don't wake up and you're like, I want to be a YouTuber full time. I haven't seen a YouTuber who is from like Africa and is like a YouTuber full time. And even though I was in law school and it's expensive, but I put the idea in my mind where I was like, there are already hundreds, ten thousands of people already outside in my country who already have the law degree that I'm looking for. So in my mind, I was always like, no, bro, the law degree is not enough to make you successful. Like you don't in this world we are in today, you don't depend on only education and you're thinking, oh, I'll go to school, I'll get a degree, and then after the degree, I'll go outside and I'll get a job and I'll be successful. I'll save some money. I'll
Exactly.
buy a car. Yeah, and most people, maybe in my country, they are still stuck in that. I would say matrix. That's how they are programmed. Oh, I'll go to school, and mostly girls they're like, oh, I'll go to school. By the time I'm done with university, I'll get a man who will marry me, start a family, maybe get a job. But it's still hard. So to me, I put the idea in my mind. I was like, bro, this law degree is not enough. No one knows you. And exactly, no one knows me who's going to hire me, who's going to hire Kwasa. No one knows me because I have no rich relatives. No one in the government knows my name or even knows my family. And so that's why being able to make some money off online right here, it means a lot to me because I know people out there in who have even went to school, even have degrees, who cannot even make $300 a month, and that right here I'm making like 1,000. So that's why
True.
it might sound like, oh, it's just $300, but in my country, $300 is like 1 million, bro. So
oh, that's
it's
a lot.
already
Yeah, yeah, because of the exchange of currency and all that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so making it when I'm still like in school, that's why it means a lot. I'm still in school, bro, and I'm making it. So that's why it means a lot, man.
I feel
definitely.
like one good piece of advice like you should give I always give people is just like try to find like an internet hobby or something that can maybe get you, some money on the side, and then from there you sort of scale it up. Like always work a normal job to keep your lights on, obviously, but on your spare time, if you're just sitting around playing video games or just chilling or just smoking pot all day, you're not really building anything other than maybe your savings account from the job that you're working. But if you use your spare time to sort of like focus on like a side business such as what I'm doing, like I work a normal job. I
Mm.
work like 40, 50 hours a week, and then I come home and then I live stream for an hour or two, and then I upload TikToks and things like that, and I run a couple of communities. So I try to like I don't just sit around just playing games all day and just smoke and this and that. I try to, as opposed to just doing all that, I try to like have like a side business so that maybe if that income gets to the point where where I could quit my normal job and then focus on the side shit full time, because that's really the end goal. In the end of the day, is you don't want to stay at your 9 to 5 job for the rest of your life. You want to find some sort of high side job, some side hobby, maybe on the internet or something like that, and build it up to the point where you don't have to work and you don't have to rely on that shit, and you can just simply rely on what you want to do, which is like either YouTube or TikTok or whatever it is.
One small
Yeah,
So
bro.
step
I
at a
think
time.
yeah, that's really great that you're doing all those things. Exactly, bro. Because I used to have this excuse that people would ask me, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just a university student, bro. I'm just a
mhm,
student."
mhm.
And that's one excuse that most people use when you ask them, "What are you doing, bro?" "Oh, I'm just a student. I'm still in school. I will probably hustle after school is done." Uh Before I used to teach English to the foreign students, so I was still earning some money like during holidays. But before I became like really serious on YouTube, I used to work at a game station. So, like in Africa, someone can set up a business. He has many PlayStations and TVs. People come to play, and they pay like 1 hour, 1 hour. So I was working for that guy, and I worked for the guy for about 1 year. So every day I would be playing games when I have no customers. When customers come and they don't have someone to play the games with, so I would be playing games with them. So I had no time to focus on my stuff or to think about outside the box and be like, bro, I'm just waiting my life. So one day when I woke up and I was done with this guy, he started mistreating me probably because I was working for him for a long time, and I quit. I was spending a lot of time at my home, watching movies, watching corn. So I was like, there has to be something more. Life has to be more than this. So that's when I focused more on my YouTube. And every day I pass by his game shop, I'm like, if I never quit working for this guy, I would never have gotten enough time to think about my life and to start also making these YouTube shorts and also investing in myself, because it's the same point you said. Some people smoke because they don't want to get bored, or drink alcohol because they don't want to get bored. Because
Agreed.
when you're bored, yeah, when you're bored and you have time alone, then you think about your life and you're like, bro, what am I doing with my life? But when you're smoking,
Exactly.
you're watching some stuff, your mind is occupied. But whenever
Yes.
you sit, most of the ideas about the videos I make, I get them when I'm just lonely. I'm like, ideas start flowing into your mind.
No distractions, no
Yeah,
bullshit, just focusing on what you need to do, being bored and focusing on what you need to do. That's when the best ideas come to you because there's no distractions, you're just focusing on one thing, you know? But marijuana and all these drugs and all this stuff, it kind of inhibits that, you know?
Yeah, I totally
So,
agree.
mhm.
I've actually been, I guess, in that habit of just smoking all day. And what I've really noticed is that when I take out certain stuff in my life, like I said, Costa said, he took out the his job. I actually had a job too, and I was working at like a food like a restaurant, but it was like serving food to people. I liked the job, but what I realized was that the people I worked with, they don't have a plan. Like when you talk to a normal person, you talk to them, you're like, okay, what do you think you're gonna be when you're 20 years old? Or what do you think you're gonna be when you make when you retire? And they think that, oh, I'm just gonna do this job. I'm gonna work my ass off. Maybe save a little money, put it in the saving account. They don't actually have a plan. They're just sitting there and doing their shit job in their shit life. I mean, I'm trying to be honest. I'm not trying to curse, but like in reality, like you have to have a plan. And King Sith he's my friend. He has a plan to do this YouTube thing full time. He has a plan. I know he does. And
I'm halfway to monetization.
yeah,
Halfway there. I got 467 subscribers, and I got like half the needed hours. That. So I would say, and I've only started like 5 months ago. And I have a bunch of videos. I got thousands of views, so I'm getting there. I just need to upload more, and I need to stream more. My main thing is just like me. My plan is kind of just like make stream. And while also making very thought-provoking YouTube videos, like some sort of like some sort of like I ask some sort of question and I give like an answer. Like for instance, one of my last videos was called "Why Do Studios Race and Gender Swap people in movies and things like that." And I try to cover like deep topics in my videos, and then when I'm streaming, I kind of just have fun, react to crazy stupid shit that I see on the internet, like this SJWs and the crazy feminism and all this stupid shit and the gays and all that. And then I have him, he basically clip up my stuff and have somebody clip up my stuff and make TikToks from all that stuff. And then I use that basically as a way to push myself out. And I upload all my TikToks onto multiple platforms as basically because TikTok has now become basically a preview for your YouTube channel almost. And that's kind of how people are like, because now it seems like people are obsessed with TikToks and now that's all they watch. So if they watch a bunch of your TikToks and they like it, they'll eventually get to your YouTube channel from there. You know what I mean? And that's like kind of the way that people are getting big now, is using TikToks to get people to get to their YouTube channel now. And that's what I'm trying to do. Also, I'm trying to collab with people too. That's like another thing. But yeah, not bad.
yeah, it's nice to talk for.
Oh, and read books.
Yeah.
Read books.
Ah,
Downloading
Yeah.
Audible is really good.
really?
You know what, man? When I was working at my job, I downloaded Audible just to listen to books because I never had time to really sit down and read books. But from listening to books, I went from easy books to like harder books, and from listening to books, it made it so much easier to read books physically. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that a lot of people they kind of find it really daunting to read a really big book. They'd be like, "Oh man, I don't know." So I feel like listening to books, uh, I read listened to like 40 different books, and then from there I went to actually like physically reading books, and now I like actually physically read books, and now it's changed my life because there's so much information that you could get from books that movies
Oh yeah,
and the internet
definitely.
can never give you. And
That is,
especially like if you read a book from a movie that you watch and reading the book, it gives you so much more information that you would ever like in real life. It's kind
yeah.
of crazy.
They can't put like 600 pages in a 2 hour movie or whatever, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't
Game
put
of Thrones.
yeah.
That's just W.
But yeah,
Yeah, exactly, bro.
but it's
Hmm.
nice. Everyone's working on themselves, especially in this group of people. I see a lot of inspired people, but they're never putting the work. And what I see with you and Kwasa are like you actually do like this shit. Like there are a lot of people that
Oh
just talk,
yeah.
no, all talk, no action. Um, dude, I met so many people I thought were inspiring, and I wanted to be partners with them. But after hanging out with them, I realized like no, this person's not about it. He's not about it. He's not trying to put in the work like I do. Like
Mhm.
you know what I'm talking about, right? Like
Absolutely. They don't
Kwasi,
have the motivation.
you think someone has a motivation. You talk to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I want to do this. I want to make this a big thing. We want to get big on YouTube." Next day, they're like, "Can I please get the fucking remote to Netflix? What's your Netflix password?" And that's when I'm like, "No, no,
No.
bro, I'm not. Fuck this." But anyways, it's
Yeah,
nice to see like you guys are all motivated, and I'm not like the only person that's seeing like the world we live in is it's so selfish, and the only way you can make yourself successful is by yourself. Like no one's gonna help you. No one's going to help you unless you seek to be surrounded by the right people. And most people are never surrounded by the right people. And they just live the mundane lifestyle until they're 30 and fucking, I don't know. When you're 30, I feel like if you're 30 and you haven't gotten your shit together, it's like, come on, man. You know,
Gotta lifen up, man.
yeah,
Move out of your mother's basement.
exactly, bro. If you haven't moved out of your parents' house by the age of 20, you have something wrong with. I'm not trying to say like, okay, maybe in Africa it's like kind of hard, but like in the United States, if you haven't moved out of your
At least pay rent.
at least
Fuck.
pay rent, yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't stayed in your mom's
If you're gonna
house,
stay in your mom's fucking house, pay rent at least. Get paid the fuck. Pay half of her bills. Make yourself actually like fucking useful, and then use that to get yourself out of there.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's no point in just saying stuff and just not doing it. It's like
Yeah.
it's useless.
Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Because I would say among the point you have said that most times you're never surrounded by the right people. It's true because I used to be that guy. Everyone most times we are always talking about, I one day I'll get this. One day I'll make the money. I'll be rich. And most people, even me, I used to talk about those things. Oh, one day I'll be rich. One day I'll get the money. I wish I could have the money to pay for the mortgage. I wish I could have the money to buy that food that I want or buy the phone that I want. Because mostly here in Africa, you don't need a Lamborghini, man. Most times the things you need are small, like buying food for yourself or buying a T-shirt, buying shoes. Those are most times our needs. I never grew up wanting to buy a car. No, man. I just wanted to have enough money to buy food for myself or to
Yeah.
move out of my parents. And we used to talk about all this with my friends. Hey, yeah, let's do this, do that. Then by the time people get wasted, most of my friends got away with alcohol. Others went into smoking. Others married when they were young. And I can tell you, I'm not bragging or anything, that none of my friends right now makes even $100 a month. Most of they're just supported by their parents. But
That's
I had to leave them behind. I had to be like, no man, hey, come, let's chill. No, bro, I'm busy. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Most people, every time I post like a shot on my IG or my WhatsApp, people are like, bro, how do you speak and subtitles come out? In Uganda, it's like
yeah,
crazy. People can be like, bro, how does this guy talk? Then the subtitles are on the screen. They don't know
exactly.
you can go on YouTube, search about it, and know how it works. So every time people are like, oh, bro, you started a YouTube channel. By next weekend, I'm going to start my channel. That's the only thing they say. And now these days, because I've been going to the gym, when I post like my videos on my statuses, they're like, bro, next week I'm coming to the gym. Next week, next week, next
Next
week.
week,
So
guys. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
it stays like that, bro.
I actually have. I think I have a friend like that too, who's like, I try to get him on the gym and stuff. He's also from Africa, but he's like, oh yeah, I'll do it. But every time I see on his Snapchat story, it's always like drinking or getting wasted. I'm like, come on, for real, like come on.
If you got time to drink, you got time to get your ass in the gym,
Exactly.
alright? If you
Get
got
your
time to chill, if you got time to jerk it, if you got time to play video games, if you got time to fucking, look at big booty Latinas on the internet, then you got time to get in the gym, alright? Get your ass in the gym,
exactly. I personally
alright?
go to the gym
Become
every day.
strong
Exactly.
with my skinny arms.
Yeah.
No, but listen, I do work out, you know what I'm saying? And I actually started working out like maybe like 2-3 months ago. So I would say in a couple months I'm gonna start, but hopefully I'll start bulking up.
Yeah.
I believe I will.
I'm doing I do chest day and then I do pull day. I do chest day, which is push day, then pull day, and then I do a leg day. But that's what I do every day now. I'm actually gonna go.
I do a lot of push-ups and sit-ups
Nice.
and lifting weights and shit like that. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, just a flex. I do bench 165. Not I do
What?
bench 165. I'm not trying to flex here, but like, I fucking bench like what? I do
Not bad,
160.
man.
How much do you weigh, King Situs?
How much do I weigh?
Yeah.
I weigh about like 150.
I could bench you.
Bro,
I
you could
could bench
literally.
you, bro.
You could pick me up, man.
I know, bro. Wait, how much?
W, bro.
How much do you bench,
Oh,
Quasa? Oh wait, no, I'm making.
oh, I don't know, bro. I haven't benched. I've been just using the small weights until I get
Oh,
myself up.
what about you, Quasa?
I don't know what do you mean? How much do I bench? I normally put like 40 kgs each side, and
Oh,
then the bar is like 20. So I don't know how much that is.
oh, the bar's 20. Okay, 40 kgs. 40 kgs. No, the bar is.
Yeah,
Oh, you have kgs. I'm so. What
yeah,
is
we use
pounds?
kgs, bro.
KGs.
Wait,
Kilograms, bro.
kilograms.
Oh man, we're
Wait,
like
so
the only country that uses pounds and.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
How much is 40 kgs to one like pounds?
I have no
I
idea,
don't even
man.
know. Let me search.
Because yeah, because I weigh 75 kilograms, so I don't know how much that is in pounds.
Uh,
All right, we're gonna finish up here, but
mhm.
holy crap, bro! Oh my god!
Kilograms. That's 1,000 grams, right? Yeah.
Oh my god!
Mhm.
40. 190 plus 22. Hold on. 112.
From Brokie to millionaire. I'm
Oh
not
my
trying to be a
god!
millionaire. I'm trying to be a billionaire.
Billionaire, yeah.
Exactly, bro.
A $1 billion.
Oh my god, bro! You bench a lot. You bench like 200 something in pounds.
Yeah, bro. And I do it like two reps, and each set I'm going like 10 double, 8 double.
Sheesh, bro. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I can't even bench that much. That's a lot. You bench like 100 more kilograms than me. But yeah,
Not bad,
Yeah,
that's
man.
dope, bro.
We gotta hit
Anyways,
the gym more, man.
we gotta hit the gym
yeah.
more, bro.
I've been going for 5 months now.
Good.
Nice, bro.
Nice.
Anyways,
Push-ups.
nice talking with everyone here. I know I kind of wasted everyone's time for a bit, but it's nice to take the time out of the day to talk about like deep stuff like this. I think we should keep doing this. Honestly, I think we should start like a podcast. We could start something. Me and King Sithis could start something with.
Or we could react to some shit together. That would be pretty funny.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Yeah, we can watch these crazy SJWs. Am I right?
Yeah, King Sithis takes a lot. He's actually streaming right after this, right?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna stream after this. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, nice talking with Costa. Thank you for coming on the Where News podcast. But
Yeah,
yeah.
bro.
Awesome.
All right. See you, man. See you, everybody.
Everybody,
Oh,
have a good one.
Peace.
See you later,
yeah,
man.
good.
It was
See you,
nice to
bro.
meet you, bro.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, bro. I'll subscribe to your channel. I'll
And I
ask.
will to you.
All right,
Yeah.
bro.
I'll DM it to you. Have a
Yeah.
good one.
See ya.
See you.
See ya. All right, boys. It's only me now. I'm about to hack her 1 second.